so much better. That's what I can describe about Hellboy, Blood and Iron, the second animated Hellboy film. In between Hellboy and Hellboy the Golden Army, there were two animated motion pictures that were released. Sword of Storms and, now, Blood and Iron. The first one was more like a Japanese anime film. The second one is more like a supernatural gothic horror story. The main character actually doesn't focus on Hellboy. Believe it or not, it focuses on John Hurt's character, Professor Broom. Oh boy, John Hurt. He was one of those actors that could play anything. And as he got older, he became even more famous for his voice acting. People will remember him from Alien, but a lot of people don't know that he also played John Merrick in the 1980 film The Elephant Man. And he also was Ollivander in the Harry Potter films. That got my girlfriend talking. She was like, "Really?" I'm like, "That's John Hurt." Anyway, speaking of which, this one actually reminded me of my girlfriend, this whole movie, because she loves the TV series Supernatural. She loves a lot of supernatural shows. She likes Lucifer, the TV show, Good Omens, and she loves her werewolves. Actually, she loves wolves in general. She just has a thing for werewolf movies, and there's quite a bit of werewolves in this movie. So, next time I'm over at her place, maybe we can watch this one. If she wants to, of course. So, what does Hellboy follow? Well, it actually follows Professor Broom, as he tackles something that happened in his past. Not going to tell you what happened. That would be a huge spoiler, okay? But what I can tell you, it does feature, just like the previous film, it features a lot of simultaneous plots. Hellboy's story, but at the same time, we focus on Professor Broom's story. Professor Broom is the man who raised Hellboy. And I gotta say, as a fan of the vampire genre, I like this one better than the previous one, Sword of Storms. Sword of Storms, I thought, was a little bit too much of a fantasy film compared to the motion pictures, the live-action Hellboy movies. And this one was more true to the darker themed, mature-ish. It is quite graphic for a young kid to watch. There is quite a bit of blood. Not as much blood as the anime series Blood Plus, but I would still say this is a little bit much for a 6-year-old boy or girl to watch or handle. It is something out of like a Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters series. They go to a location, set up all the equipment, and then they just waltz around looking for spirits. The action, oh, okay. How do I say this? The previous one, Sword of Storms, the film was, yeah, but the climax was kind of, This one was, at the beginning, and the middle, and the climax at the end is, yeah! That's how I can describe it, at least. So, is this better than the previous one? I'm actually strong to say yes, because they really took a dark turn, just like they did with Empire Strikes Back, and they really wanted to extend the plot and help us learn a little bit more about our beloved Professor Broom, and because Professor Broom was such a great character in the first Hellboy movie from 2004, they just really wanted to help us get to know him a lot better and like him a bit more, you know? I really thought the script was written even better than Sword of Storms. It was darker, it was more intriguing, it wasn't as much fairy tale themed, it was more supernatural themed, just like Hellboy is. And to top it all off, it's the same original cast as all Hellboy films except one, and that was the one that was released in 2019. Horrible adaptation of Hellboy. Okay, it was so bad I didn't even bother to review it, okay? I mean, Ron Perlman is Hellboy. Selma Blair is Liz. The entire cast is awesome. How much do I like this movie? I actually own this. This is actually my own copy of Hellboy, Blood and Iron. I really do like this one. I'm giving it 10 out of 10 stars.